It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night primetime.
Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Hewitt. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion, but this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. I remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running back sent in motion left. From the gun, Stroud. Finding Davis. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And the Falcons get a 5th defensive back out there. Third down coming. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Another carry for Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down comer.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Play made that time by Danico Autry. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the shotgun, Penix. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Play made that time by Danico Autry. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, Robinson. Past midfield to the 45. And he works this down to the 41. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A successful opening drive, nearing field goal range now. It's 1st down at the 41. Penix here from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he's taken down at the 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Penix. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
3rd down, it's Penix. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. An option give to Robinson. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Penix now to throw. It's into the hands of Mooney. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Penix on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. Robinson. Dukes out of, and he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Falcons get the game's first points here in the 2nd. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send him left out of the slot. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Shotgun now for Stroud. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. He can't hang on to the pass. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Completed to Collins. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He brings it in. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. 1st and 10 now from the 30. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. He throws a bullet, and someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Texans and Stephon Diggs getting set for this next offensive possession. New set of downs for him from the 46. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now. I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Stroud off the play fake. Cut by Diggs. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up a Houston first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Finding Collins. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Running out of the gun with Davis. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, Stroud. He's on the move. He can run it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. Second down now, 7 to go. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Catch is made in close. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons with the football late in the first half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. That stop coming from Henry To'o. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Got a man, it's London. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 from the 41. Penix here from the gun. Finds his target, Robinson. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. And stop coming from Henry To'o.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. He's back to throw. The Texans closing in, and they will get him. We've come to halftime. The Texans in unfriendly confines, but hey, they've got the lead. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. This return makes it up to the 25. Out comes the Atlanta offense for the debut possession of the 2nd half. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
still first down.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. Jukes one defender, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he's stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 46. Rolling left, buying some time. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here's Penix. He's throwing deep to the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Drake London with the touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Coup on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons tie things up at 14. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. Brings in the kick at the 9. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And this is an important drive to get momentum back after that touchdown tied things up. From the gun, Stroud. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Davis gets it from the gun. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he is able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
They'll go again with Davis. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Slot man in motion right. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Going right back to Davis. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Pierce. And he runs it across, touchdown! The Texans grab the lead on their first series of the half. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score, don't let it go to 4th and goal, and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7.
Falcons 14.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Falcons returning their offense and this running back to the field. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they had that one contained right at the line. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's going to get this up across the 35 to maybe the 37. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Penix. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. And the fair catch made here at the 15. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Texans football. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Davis up the middle. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Stroud. He has the first over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. First down, ball at the 36. Handoff running right, Pierce. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Second down now, 7 to go. Running left is Davis. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him a 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Stroud. Completed to Collins. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 3 now. From the 41. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Diggs there to bring it in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Stroud. Brought in right side. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Things got a little too carried away there, and we are not surprised at all to see the flags fly and the penalty called.
Automatic 1st down.
This drive just keeps on moving after the penalty resets that marker. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing is Stroud. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Nico Collins with a touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans double their lead to 14.
Falcons 14.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. And look at this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Ball at the 33 for first down. Penix working from the gun. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 3. Escapes the... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Getting out to his left. Oh, he's going to run for it. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons 14 points back. Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. Trying for it with Penix. And they won't do it. So that falls incomplete on 4th down.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Davis takes it straight ahead. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun, here's Pierce. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. A give left side. Here's Davis. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 3-score game in the 4th. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21.
Falcons 14.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix now. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. Penix now on 1st down. That's incomplete left side. That throw intended for Drake London. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
3rd down, it's Penix. That's brought in by Mooney. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Penix on 1st down. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. And again, it's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Cut out left. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Penix here from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with, and the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there, and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the shotgun, Penix. Look at all this time. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That's cut beyond the marker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stuffed at the 2. So the Texans come away with a road win. Well, partner, we spoke earlier about how much of a factor this home crowd was going to be. But even with the added boost from the friendly confines, couldn't will them to the victory.
Yeah, sometimes it just isn't your game. You're never going to win them all, even at home. But what's important now is learning from this defeat, hitting the film room, hitting the weights, making sure this doesn't happen again. Don't let this loss beat you twice.
So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Texans as we say goodbye from Atlanta.